Hey everyone, how are you? In this video, we are going to solve the problem of the day, and the problem is minimum deletions to make string k special. Now, the input which is given in the problem is a string that is called as a word, and there is another integer. So, these are the two inputs which are given to us in the problem. And let us try to understand what is a word which can be called as a k special word, and we need to make this word k special. So, we need to understand what word can be called as a k special word. You can call any word a k special word if for all the characters, it means whatever characters which are available in the word, for all those characters, the frequency of any character A, I'm not saying that A is the character A, I'm just saying if there are two characters which you choose from the word, any two characters, and let's call that the first character is A, the first second character is B, so the frequency of the character A and the frequency of character B, their absolute difference will always be less than or equal to K. Now this K is given in the input as well. So the output which we need to give in this problem is the minimum number of characters to delete in the word to make it k special. Means we need to transform this particular word which is given in the input to a k special word. And we know what a k special word is. If you choose any two characters in the word, then the absolute difference of their frequencies are going to be less than equal to k. Frequency means the count of the number of characters we have in that word. So we need to make our word k special word by deleting few characters. Now we need to find out what's the minimum number of characters to delete in the word to make it k special. So I think now it's very clear that what we have in the question as an input and what we need to do as an output. Now let's try to understand this with few examples. So in the example number 1, the given word is this one. It has characters like A, A, B, B, A, B, A. The value of k is 0. Now this value is very important here. If the value of k is 0, it means that to make our given word k special, in this word, if I choose any two characters, the absolute difference of their frequencies are going to be less than equal to 0. Now we know that we are taking the absolute difference. In absolute difference, 0 is going to be the minimum value because it is never negative. So in this particular example, we need to make sure that the frequencies of all the characters are equal so that their absolute difference is 0 because it cannot be less than 0, right? As of now, the frequency of A is 4, 1, 2, 4. The frequency of B is 2, 1, 2. And the frequency of C 1, right? What we need to find out is the minimum number of characters to delete in the word to make it k special. The thing is, we cannot add any characters in the string, cannot change any characters in the string, but we can delete characters. But our goal will be to delete the minimum number of characters to make it k special. Now, as of now, if I say that the output be 0? That is, I do not delete any character and my word itself is already k special. So no, it is not k special. I can say the frequency of A and the frequency of B, their absolute difference is 4 minus 2, which is equal to 2. And 2 is not less than k, right? So right now my word is not k special. So I can say, okay, let me try to delete few characters. If I delete two number of A, then the frequency of A is going to be 2, right? So right now we have to delete two characters. But is the word k special as of now? No, it is not. Although the difference between the frequency of A and B is 2 minus 2, the absolute value is 0. This is less than equal to 0, which is fine. But for the character C, I can say if I take the absolute difference of frequencies of character A and character C, then it is 2 and 1, right? So 2 minus 1, their absolute difference is 1, which is not less than equal to 0, right? So still we are not having this particular word as a k special word. So we still might need to delete few characters. So right now we have many options. What we can do is we can delete, let's say we can delete one more A and we can delete one more B. At this point, this is going to be 1, one number of A. This is going to be 1, one number of B. So right now our word is BCA. Now this is a k special word. This is fine because the frequency of A, B, C all are 1. So if you take any two characters, then the absolute difference of their frequency is never going to be more than 0, right? Since they are equal. But right now we have to delete total 4 characters. 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? So you might say the answer can be 4, but we need to find out the minimum number of characters to delete, and the minimum number of deletions is not 4. We can actually make it k special in just 3 character deletions. Let me show you how. If I just go back and not delete the character A and character B, so what we have right now is we have this particular word BCA, BA. A is 2 times, B is 2 times, C is 1 time. Instead of deleting one number of A and one number of B, I can delete one number of C. Now this C is going to be 0, right? As of now, what we have is a word B, A, B. So the word is B, A, B, A. In this word, we have A 2 number of times, B 2 number of times. We don't have any other characters, right? Now at this point, I just have two characters A and B. The absolute difference of their frequencies are 2 minus 2 equal to 0, right? So this word is a k special word and we have to delete a total of 3 characters, and that's the output we have for this particular input. Now let's try to understand it more with some more examples. If the word is DA, BD, BD, CD, CD and the value of k is 2, now we have a leverage to make this word k special. We have a leverage that the value of k is 2 and not 0. So the absolute difference of the frequencies of any two characters can be up to 2. Right now the frequency of A is 1, they say this one, B is 2, 1 and 2, C is 3, 1, 2 and 3, and D is 5, 1, 2, 5. So these are the initial frequencies. Now at this point, do you need to delete some characters? That's the first thing you need to understand. Because right now we have not deleted any character, we can just return the value as 0. But right now the word is not case special. That's because even though the frequency of A, that is 1, is fine with 2 and 3, that's because the absolute difference of the frequency of B and frequency of A is 2 minus 1, which is 1. This is less than 2, which is fine. The absolute difference of frequencies of A and C is fine because it is 1 and 3. So we can say 1 minus 3. Their absolute difference is the absolute value of minus 2, which is 2. That is also less than equal to 2. That's the value of K we have. So still it is fine. But with A and D, you will notice that frequency of D is 5, frequency of A is 1. Their absolute difference is 1 minus 5, which is 4, right? Now this is more than 2. So now right now we don't have this word as case special, right? This word is not case. So what we can do right now is we can say I can delete one number of D and one more D. Now my word is A, B, D, C, B, D, C, D. The frequency of D is going to be decreased from 5, 3. Now, if you take any pair of characters of A, B, C, D, you can take any pair as of now. Let us try an example, B and D. The absolute difference of their frequencies, 2 and 3, 2 minus 3, this is equal to 1. That is less than 2, right? So right now you can take any combination of characters, A or B, A or C, A or D, B or D, C or D, any combination of pair, and you can take the absolute difference of their frequencies, and that is not going to be more than 2. So we have to delete total of 2 characters, so the output in this case is going to be 2. Now let's see one more example, and that is going to clear a lot of things. So right now we have the word as this one, and the value of K is 2. Now we have A as 6 number of times, B 1 number of times in this word. Now to make it case special, because right now it is not case special, I can say 6 minus 1 is 5, which is more than 2. So I can say this is not case special. But to make it case special, I can say let's delete these 3 characters, 3 number of A's. So this is going to reduce from 6 to 3. And now the absolute difference of their frequencies are 3 minus 1, which is 2, which is fine. But I have to delete total 3 characters. Instead of that, what I can do is I can say let's just try to delete the character B. So right now the word is A. We have A 6 number of times and we don't have any other character. So right now if we just have one character, so you can say okay, the frequency of A and the frequency of A both are 6 and 6, their absolute difference is 0, is less than K. So it is fine. Now this is a case special word. So in this case the output can be 1. We can just delete one character and make it case special. What you will have to notice in all these examples are, it doesn't matter that what is this character, A or B, A, B, C, D, or in the first example A, B, C, they do not matter. What actually matters is their frequencies 4, 2 and 1, because we are completely dealing with the frequencies. We are not dealing with what is this character. If instead of A, this would have been, let's say, I. So do you think that the output would have been any different? No. So the actual characters doesn't matter. Their frequencies matters, right? So we have to deal with the frequencies to get the output in this particular problem. And let's try to do it. Let's try to find out the solution approach. In the example number 1, the frequencies are 1, 2, 4. In the example number 2, the frequencies are 1, 2, 3, 5. And the value of K is 2. For the first example, it was 0. For the third example, the frequencies are 1 and 6 and K is 2. Now, I'm asking you guys one question. How can you think about the solution? You will have to deal with the frequencies. That's the first thing. That's the first step to get the solution. And I think that is very much straightforward, right? We have to deal with the frequencies. Now, the next thing is we have to delete characters, right? Now, I cannot just delete the characters of all the 3 characters which are available. Let us say if I just delete 1 from here, make it 0, 1 from here, make it 1, and 1 from here and make it 3. This is not going to do any difference, and that's because what we are actually trying to do is we are trying to find out the absolute difference between 2 characters, right? And that should be less than equal to K. And this should be valid for all the pair of characters we have in the word. So if I just delete 1, 1, 1 from all the 3 characters which I have, or maybe 1, 1, 1, 1 from all the 4 characters I have in the word, the absolute difference of their frequencies are not going to change. Let us say 2 frequencies are 4 and 1. So 4 minus 1 is always going to be 3. And if I delete one character from here, one character from here, then this will be 3, this will be 0. So it will be 3 minus 0 is also going to be 3. And so that's a basic mathematics property, right? If you take the absolute difference of 2 values, that is going to be the same when you take the absolute difference of those 2 values by removing one from them, right? So it means that if I just remove one character from all the characters which I have, that is not going to make any difference. But that is just going to increase the number of deleted characters, and we have to minimize this. And what we have to find out is the minimum number of deletions, right? We don't need to delete any time when it is not required. So from here I can say that I should not delete all the characters, right? The deletion can be done maybe for 2 characters, maybe for 1 character, or maybe if the word is already case special, don't need to delete it, right? But this is for sure. We are not going to make a delete in all the 3 characters, right? We will keep one of the characters stable. We are not going to do any deletion in that. And this is going to be the base of our solution. Let us say we do not delete any character for which the frequency is 1. It means that this particular character will always stay in our word. Now let us try to solve it. If the value of K is 0 and we say that this particular value will stay, it is not going to get deleted. So in this case, when you are having this particular character which has a frequency of 2, so they should be equal, right? And not equal, I would say. Their difference should not be more than 0, right? It is very simple to understand. If this is 1 and we are not changing anything in this character, and if this is another character which has a frequency of 2, that should have a frequency such that the difference in these two frequencies are going to be less than k. So right now, their difference is 1. The difference actually should be 0, right? So what I have to do, I have to delete one character from here and I have to say, let's make it a frequency of 1. Okay, that's one deletion. Now what about this one? These two are fine now, but what about this one? So right now the frequency of my character is 1. I can say this has a frequency of 4. Their difference is 3. The allowed difference is 0, right? So I will delete 3 characters so that the difference is 0. I will delete 3 characters from this one so that its frequency is reduced from 4 to 1. So I can say delete 3 characters and make it 1. So what I have to do is, if I make sure that this particular character which has a frequency of 1 should not be deleted, in this case I have to delete total 4 characters from other characters which I have in the word. So the output can be 4. But what we can do is we can also try with other characters. So what we can do is we can say, let's keep this one constant. We do not delete any character which has a frequency of 2. Let's make it stable. Now tell me, can these both characters stay together? No. See, this has a frequency of 2. This has a frequency of 1. Their absolute difference is 1. It should be 0. Now this is less than 2. To delete anything from here, because we cannot delete anything from here, right? As of now, we are assuming we will not delete anything from this character which has a frequency of 2. We will have to delete something from this one, right? Now this has a frequency less than 2, right? If I delete, the absolute difference is going to increase. So what we can do is we can completely delete all the characters which I have. So if I have one character, I will delete all one character. Now we just have two characters. What about these two? Are they fine? Their absolute difference is 2. No, they are not fine. It is 0. What we can do, we can delete two characters from here and make it 2. We'll have a frequency of 2. In this case, these both are fine. Their absolute difference is 2. So I have to delete a total of 1 and 2, total of 3 characters. If I make sure that this character is stable, we do not delete anything from, we have to delete total 3 characters from so we have to delete total 3 characters from our word to make it case special. So that's the best answer we have, right? We can do, and what we can do more is we can say, let's keep this one constant. Whatever is the character which has a frequency of 4, we are going to keep it constant. We are not going to delete this one. Now tell me, what's their absolute difference? It's 3, right? It should be 0. So I have to delete how many characters? 3 characters? No, because we are not doing any change in this one, right? What we can do is we can see, since this is a value which is less than 4, right? What we can do, we can remove all these values because we cannot add more characters to make their absolute difference 0. We can just delete, right? So deleting the characters, but this value is less than 4. If you delete it, it is going to increase the absolute difference and not going to, so if it is just going to increase the absolute difference. So a good thing is just completely remove it. Again, for these two as well, what we can do, we can say it has 4 characters, it has 2 characters. I can say their absolute difference is 2, which should be 0. So I have to do some deletions, but I cannot delete in this one. I can delete it in this one. What I can do, I can delete these two characters, completely remove all these two characters, and now I just have one character in my string. And if I just have one character, let's say this character has, and let's say this character is D. So D is 4 times, right? This is the frequency. So now this is a word which is case special. So I have to delete total 1 and 2, total 3 times, total 3 characters. So the best answer is 3 in this case. And that's what we have to do for all the other samples or all the other inputs as well. We just need to make one of the particular character as constant and do not change it, and try to see if I just compare it with the frequencies of other characters, how many deletions I have to do. With 1, how many deletions I have to do is the value of case 2. These two are fine for the frequency because their difference is 1. These two are fine, their difference is 2. These two are not fine, their difference is 4. Now this is constant, we do not need to delete it. We need to delete in this one, right? Now this value is 4. The absolute difference should be 2. We have to delete 2 characters from here so that the absolute difference is not 4 but 2, right? So so one of the best answer I have is 2. Or what I can say is keep this one constant. Do not delete any characters from 5. Do not delete any character which has a frequency of 5. So in this case, 5 and 1 has an absolute difference of 4, right? What we can do, we can remove all these 1 characters. 5 and 2 has an absolute difference of 3. So we can remove all these 2 characters. 5 and 3 are fine because they have an absolute difference of 2. So now we have to remove 2 plus 1, 3 characters. But we have a better answer, right? We have an answer like 2. We have to delete 2 characters when this one was stable. And that's all what we need to do. In the third example as well, what you can do is you can keep this one stable. So you have to delete 1 character. If you so the output is going to be 1. But if you keep this one stable, so you have to delete total 3 characters to make the frequency of 6 to 3. You have to delete total 3 characters, and now the absolute difference of 1 and 3 can be 2, which is fine. But we have a better answer. The answer is 1. That's the complete thing we need to do. We just need to find out the frequencies, make one of the frequencies, and just compute the best answer and return it. So let me take you back to the code editor and let me try to show you how the solution of this particular problem will look. how the solution of this particular problem will look like. So first of all, we calculate the frequency, which is equal to counter of word dot values. So this is going to store the frequencies of different characters. And let us say the result is infinite as of now. That is, we have to delete infinite characters, which is fine. We are going to improve the value here. Now we say that for t in frequency, we say that this is the frequency we have, and let us say the current frequency we have in this loop is constant. We do not do any change, and in this case, the current value is 0. We have to delete 0 characters for now. But let's try to compare it with other frequencies. For f in frequency, we run another loop on the frequency we have calculated here. If this frequency is less than t, then what we can do is we can remove all the f frequency. That is, let us say the value of t is 6, the value of f is 1. 1 is less than 6, right? But the value of 6 is fixed. If the value of 6 is fixed, we have to delete all the characters which has a frequency of 1, so that their absolute difference is within the range of k. So if the value is less, we can delete all the characters and we can say current is equal to current plus f. That is, we have deleted f number of characters. Else, if the value of f is more than t plus k, that is, for why t plus k, because this t, the frequency we have, plus k is the leverage we have. We can have this much difference between f and t. But if the difference is more than k, then f will be more than t plus k. In this case, we can say whatever is the exceeding difference, we are going to delete that many characters. So the value of current is going to be current plus f minus the exceeding difference. This is the exceeding difference we have. Now the result can be equal to minimum value of the result we have and the current value we calculate. And that's the complete thing we need to do. You can just return the value of result, and that's the complete solution you have for this particular problem. You can just submit this, and this is going to pass all the test cases. Think yes, this is a pretty efficient solution, and this is a very efficient solution for this particular problem. So I think that's it for this video, guys. We have solved this particular problem, and I hope this video explains the problem, the solution approach, and the thought process behind the solution. And if it did, then make sure that you hit that like button.